Well, good Saturday morning, everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland, Michigan. I hope your Saturday is off to a great start. What a week it's been. It's been a busy one personally, and, here at the store as well, but a fun one nonetheless. And here we are. We find ourselves at the end of summer. It moves so fast. The Labor Day weekend is upon us. And, we're going to be here for you through part of it, at least. Monday, Labor Day proper. We're closed on Mondays anyhow, so that's kind of a no-brainer. No, we won't be open on Labor Day, but we will be here today, Saturday, and tomorrow, Sunday, just in case you're not watching this live and you're curious the proper alignment of today's and tomorrow's. But we'll be here. It's going to be kind of a neat one. I was gone, of course, last weekend here for the live, but then I took off for Canada, and it was a great trip. I went over to St. Catharines or Port Dalhousie. I'm going to have to get that absolutely correct. But St. Catharines, which is near Niagara, Canada. And I'd never been to Niagara Falls, so I took a couple of moments. It literally was about maybe an hour and a half, and went down to see Niagara Falls for the first time before the crowd started. And, it was a Sunday by the time I got over there. And by the time I left, it was just crazy. And there's nowhere free to park anywhere close. I parked cheap and walked about a mile, but it was fun nonetheless. But the big part of the trip was going to see our friend Steve Brown, who is a guitarist extraordinaire and the driving force behind not only Rush Fest Scotland, the big Rush get together they have in Scotland, but also the driving force behind the songs for Neil tribute albums of the late Neil Peart, which is a fundraiser for the Glioblastoma Society and Neil Peart Foundations and all sorts of things. So that was the crux of my trip, was to go see Steve and go to this fundraiser and see his band, Moving Pictures, by the way. There is the thing of Moving Pictures playing in Canada. And the cool part is that Steve's band, Moving Pictures, they do a great job. It's really tough. If to be a tribute band on its own is really tough, but to be a Rush tribute band has got to be an extra level of just of difficulty because of what you're doing. So they added on top of this the fact that not only were they doing their Rush tribute sets, but they were playing them in Lakeside Park on Lake Ontario, north of St. Catharines in Port Dalhousie. I'm going to get that wrong here in perpetuity. But that is essentially the boyhood home of Neil Peart. In Lakeside Park, he had written a song called Lakeside Park. It was on Caress of Steel. And it was really very kind of just, it was heartwarming to be there, seeing this concert in this park for this cause. And it was just a great time. I got to meet Neil Peart's sister. His other sister as well was there, and his mother. I didn't get a chance to talk to them because they were pretty much crowded the entire time. There was a great big charity auction. A good portion of Neil's family had shown up for this, and by good portion I mean close to 100 of them, the extended families. But they all came to see Steve's band, Moving Pictures, play, and it was a beautiful day. Sunset at Lakeside Park over Lake Ontario. They played Lakeside Park, of course, and all of a lot of great Rush stuff. So very cool to see that. If you're curious about the songs for Neil tribute albums, we do have a few of the number 3 ones left, as we'd shown. We talked about this previously, but Steve had announced very not too long ago that there is going to be a volume 4. The artwork on this is absolutely phenomenal. You can see it here. It was designed by Hugh Syme. The gentleman who has designed the lion's share of Rush album covers proper, he signed off on this and created this for Rush Fest Scotland and for the fundraiser efforts. So this is going to be a cool album, again, full of Rush tribute bands. It's available if you look to just search for Songs for Neil or rushfestscotland.uk, I believe. We'll get the link and I'll put that up there and share it. But you can pre-order this through Steve's website as well. And we will have copies when they finally do get around to the vinyl. I was talking to Steve over the weekend. Likely to be released by December, but we're probably not going to see the vinyl version. He's hoping until January or so. So we'll just keep an eye on that. But if you've been collecting these, it's just kind of a great thing to do. And I got to thank everybody as well that I met. The entire Moving Pictures band was there, and it was just great. Great to be there and be a part of that. So I thank you guys for allowing that, and thanks to Kim for hanging out here at the store and minding things for us. So that was kind of a cool thing. I just wanted to share. I did get some pictures and video. I guess I will probably share. I know we're a week out now, and I haven't shared, but that's because we've been kind of busy. So I will go through that as well. Okay, a lot of quick hellos this morning. Pat saying good morning. It's raining. It's sunny right now. It was raining earlier. I saw some lightning earlier this morning. It's going to be one of those weird days here in Michigan, but hopefully a nice weekend and as the holiday hits us. Good morning to Chuck. Thanks for being here. Ryan saying hey. And on the west side, good sunny morning to Rick from the Grand Rapids area. Dan saying it is a great day. Always a great day. Good morning from, where do we hit here? I kicked the wrong thing. Let's see. Good morning again from Grand Rapids, the FWGA. Kim saying, good morning from Splash Your Pup. Kim is down in Davison with Blue and the Dude. They are competing today. And so Blue, positive thoughts. Check out Blue's page on Facebook, by the way, at Blue, the dock jumping record store dog. Hopefully they're doing well. Jim saying hi down a little bit south of us. Happy Labor Day weekend to you as well. Let's see. Niagara. Yeah, Chuck says Niagara is a tourist trap. I will admit to that as well. Holy cow. But when the falls are phenomenal. And then you're talking to a guy who's seen multiple good waterfalls in and around the UP, the kind that you can get up close to. Can't get close to these. I looked for a barrel rental stand and didn't see anything. So we'll go from there. Pat chiming in once again. Yes, he forgot to mention this. RAP to Jimmy. News this morning, Jimmy Buffett has passed away at age 76. So thoughts to his family and thanks to him for years and years and years of great music. Saw Jimmy Buffett once perform live way back when. I think it was at the Pontiac Silverdome, if that gives you an idea of how far back that was. But he put on a great show and he will be missed. So I don't know as if we have much Jimmy Buffett in the store. Usually the case with the used stuff, but we'll see what we got. Betty from Toledo saying hi and happy Labor Day to you. And DK chiming in. Go figure. It's one of those things. It's tough. Seeing them perform at Lakeside Park, it felt good to see this music performed live again, especially by talented musicians. At the same time, it's just not the same, but you're never going to see Rush proper play again. So these guys did a great job, and I'm still in awe at what they pulled off coming all the way over from Scotland. Manny kicking in, should be called No Labor Day. I'm working this weekend, but not Monday, but I'm off on Mondays anyway, but you get the idea. Steve Carlson chiming in. Good morning. Glad Canada. Yeah, I'm glad they let me out too, especially when they said everything to declare. And I said, I love vinyl. That just slipped out. I'm kidding. There is a couple of stories that go with that too. A record store I went into I went to a lot of record stores, by the way, as well. I didn't get to stop in Hamilton this time, but I went to a couple in St. Catharines and a couple in London on my way back. And one of the record stores in London was for sale. They had a big sign there saying, let us know if you want to buy a record store. The girl working the counter said, hey, do you want to buy a record store? And I said, no, thanks. I've already got one. It was fun, but it was neat talking to them as well. Manny says hi to Steve. You guys can chat there. Chase. Hey, Chase. Thank you and good morning for being here. Sunny and dry, and good to be dry after that storm missed you guys by not too far in Tennessee. And if you got a flea market today too, check it out down there. Ryan coming in, messaging shortly about ordering. Cool. Let me know as soon as we're done here. We'll get onto it. And Dave, holy cow, from Ohio this time. Okay, Dave, not as far flung as the last time you checked in, but I'm glad you're watching from Ohio. Okay, so as I mentioned, it is Labor Day weekend. I put out a couple. We've got some of these that have been floating around for a while. Songs for a Better Tomorrow from the UAW, some protest songs. Pete Seeger as well. Labor Day songs, Talking Union, and other songs if you're a rabble-rouser union guy. We do have those. But the bigger part of what is happening today, and we teased this on the socials last night, is that we've got the mystery bags out as we speak. They're ready to go when we open up the doors here in about 6 or 7 minutes. And if you're unfamiliar with what a mystery bag is, Let me show you. I got one right here. And what this is 10 records that we put in from the Dollar Room. And they're Dollar Room records. They're Mitch Miller. There's going to be Anne Murray. There's going to be classical. There's going to be lots of just country that sits in the Dollar Room forever and ever and ever. And what we do is once in a while, a couple, 3 times a year, we'll put 10 of those records in a bag and charge you $1 for them. But here is the catch for those that don't know. Somewhere buried in this pile of bags, and pile we have got today, we have hidden 6 this time, sealed records. So varying things. They're just old sealed ones, some new sealed ones, but 2 of them this time, by the way, are new releases and relatively new from in the past month or so from a big name artist. So 2 copies of a single album from a big name artist hidden in our big pile of mystery bags. And we have got the largest pile ever. Usually we put mystery bags out. There's 15, maybe 20 or 30 of them. This time with the weekend hitting us, and hopefully they'll last throughout the weekend, we've got 50. Yes, that's 500 records, 50 mystery bags at $1 a piece, ready to go. And in 6 of them are goodies that aren't from the Dollar Room. And otherwise, you get some other decent stuff, kind of, sort of from the Dollar Room, but it's up to you what you do with them after they're out the door. But check that out. So additionally, today, that'll be going on today and tomorrow while supplies last. Once the mystery bags are gone, they're gone until we do them again next time. But we're also doing a 33 1/3 sale today. So in the Dollar Room, we got to clear that out because we've got some more in the storage unit that need to come over. So I need to make some room for that. But everything in the Dollar Room today, Saturday, and tomorrow, Sunday, is 3 for $1. So come on in, do some digging. You'll never know what you're going to find back there. It could be some cool stuff, and make sure you check that out. Okay, new releases. Well, I got a couple of minutes. We've got some neat stuff in from the Friday releases. The new one from Slow Dive, Everything is Alive. This is a colored vinyl version. Crystal clear, I guess that's a color, isn't it? Reissue of Canned Heat Vintage. This was an RSD first couple back, so that has now been reissued. Last week, we finally got these in after a delay. The Aerosmith live bootleg remastered double LP. Got that in stock. We got a couple more of the Gordon Lightfoot now playings. The new greatest hits variations from Rhino. This one does feature Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, so I got a couple more of those in because they were popular. A recent release from Mudhoney we finally got in. Every good boy deserves fudge. Go from there. Speaking of fudge, I got some big fudge. We'll talk about that in a second. We got a sealed copy of Fleet Foxes, Helpless Miss Blues. Will Butler from Arcade Fire is in. We got a Lady Gaga in for some reason. It was an order, so I think we got an extra one on that as well. This is the one with The Fame with Poker Face on there. Okay, speaking of Big Fudge, very quickly, I wanted to mention these. We're giving the Big Fudge line of sleeves a try here. I had some before. They sold, and so now we have got some Big Fudge inner sleeves. These things are comparable to the MoFi inner sleeves, and their price is about the same as theirs. Well, they're archival quality. So this has got that rice paper or rice paper-like stuff that MoFi says, plus the poly half and half. So, but these are essentially the same as the MoFi sleeves and price just about the same as well. So we're going to give that a try, and we've got some of the other paper inner sleeves, 100 pack from Big Fudge and a 50 pack from Big Fudge, and we'll see what these are like. I'll get a set open, and we'll start using them on some of the ones that we fill in as well. Okay, I think that is about it. I'm looking at the time, and I think we're coming up on it. There's some more comments. Let me kick in here. Let's see. Backing up. Oh, there we go. Sean saying, oops, I left that on, Dave, saying sorry about that. Sean saying hi from Higgins, a little bit north. Enjoy the weekend up there. Paul down in Saginaw saying hi. Manny kicking in. Pete Seeger, you've hung out with Pete Seeger and friends. There we go on the lines, hopefully. Pat is a union thug. All right, man. All right. I like my kneecaps. I didn't say that. I'm kidding, of course. Manny, yes. The more bags you buy, the better chance you get of getting a new record. And the more bags you buy, the more records we move out of the store that I don't have to do stuff with. So, Kevin, let me plug the show again. The Woods is coming to the Bronner Performing Arts Center in Frankenmuth in October. Kevin's got 2 roles and he sings too. Cool. So check that out. Follow Kevin's name back on Facebook and he'll have some information on that. But make sure you check him out in Frankenmuth at the theater coming up in October. Kevin, very, very talented individual as well. Let's see here. Ryan, let's see. Is anyone in the new chat in Radio Wasteland? Well, thank you. Thank you guys very much. Thank you, Ryan. Always appreciate it. And if you're getting a chance, Ryan, we're going to talk about your plight, kind of tie that in on the podcast that I do with Steve Carlson. We're going to be talking about this odd rash of new vinyl issues that I've been experiencing and you guys may have been seeing. We'll talk about it in the podcast coming up tomorrow evening. Steve and I are also going to talk a little bit about the new Rhino announcements for the Rocktober releases. That's coming up. Those just came out. And you can also catch more details on that in our new release show coming up a little bit later on this afternoon. So make sure you are subscribed and it is all good and you are reminded when we put stuff up. And I think that's going to be about it. I have gone over time. Kim's not here to tell me to wrap it up. But don't forget the mystery bags. They are out. 50 of them. They're heavy, and I don't want to move them again. They're all yours. A buck a piece. Stop by and get them. And we will be open today, Saturday, from now until 6 p.m. this evening, and tomorrow, Sunday, from 12 noon until 5. Don't forget all of our other stuff on the YouTube channel as well. Make sure you are subscribed and check all that stuff out. Whew. Okay, folks, it's going to be a cool weekend, but a hot one on Monday. But enjoy yourselves. Be safe out there and have a great and hopefully restful Labor Day weekend. And we will talk to you next week live here at Radio Wasteland. Thanks again for being here. You folks have a good one.